If you're taking the SAT or ACT soon, make sure you can do this kind of problem. So the problem says if ax plus 2 times bx plus 7 is equal to 15x squared plus cx plus 14 for all values of x, and a plus b is equal to 8, what are the two possible values for c? So the first thing they give us is a trinomial in its factored form, and then over here is just the trinomial after the two sets of parentheses have been multiplied together. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite the factored form. So ax plus 2 times bx plus 7. And I'm going to go ahead and use the FOIL method to multiply this out. So if I do ax times bx, I'll get abx squared. And then ax times 7 is 7ax. Then we can do 2 times bx, which is 2bx, and then 2 times 7 is 14. So they tell us that the factored version up here is equal to this trinomial, 15x squared plus cx plus 14. And that makes sense because we can see that we already have the plus 14 at the end, and that matches. And so we can also say that abx squared needs to be equal to 15x squared because that is the first term in the trinomial. And then 7ax plus 2bx needs to be equal to cx because that's the second term in the trinomial. So we're really not even worried about the 14 right now, so I'm just going to mark it out and we're going to make an equation. So abx squared is equal to 15x squared. And if we want to solve for a or b, we can divide by x squared on both sides, and they're going to cancel out. So now we have a times b is equal to 15. Now, if we look up here, they tell us that a plus b is equal to 8. And so the only two numbers I can think of that multiply to 15 and add to 8 are 3 and 5. So I'm going to make a note up here that a is equal to 3 or 5, and b is equal to 5 or 3, because they could be either combination of that. Next, we're going to deal with the middle part of our trinomial. So we're going to say 7ax plus 2bx is equal to cx. And so I see on my left side, I can factor out an x from both terms. So I'm going to make this x times 7a plus 2b is equal to cx. And so once again, we can divide by the same term on both sides. In this case, it's x, and they're going to cancel out and leave us with 7a plus 2b is equal to c. So now that we have this equation, let's remember that we're looking for the two possible values for c. And so we have two options for a and b that we can just plug in to our formula. So let's start with the first combination. So let's do 7 times 3 plus 2 times 5. So 7 times 3 is 21 plus 2 times 5 is 10. And so 21 plus 10 is 31. Okay, now there's only one option that has 31, so we probably know what the answer is, but let's go ahead and finish it just in case. So the second combination is going to be 7 times 5 plus 2 times 3. So 7 times 5 is 35, plus 2 times 3 is 6, and 35 plus 6 is 41. So we get 31 and 41 as our two possible values for c, and we can obviously see that that is letter D.